You're listening to Profit Without Worry, episode number 118. Let's talk about why technology and proven formulas aren't the magic bullet to profitably grow your business. Hey there, I'm Michelle Evans, and this is the show where coaches, experts, and business owners like us get real about what it takes to create a profitable online business. I can tell you from experience that nonstop hustle plus random acts of marketing do not equal success. So how do we attract a steady flow of clients and sales without all the hustle? This is the Profit Without Worry podcast. Hey, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. So, I've got a question for you. Have you downloaded your free guide to Profit Without Worry? It's really easy to do. You just have to go to profitwithoutworry.com/free and you can download the guide to get on your path to profit without worry. And I'd love to connect with you. It's super easy. You can email me at michelle@michellelevans.com or hit me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Tag me and use the hashtag Profit Without Worry so that I see your message. Ask a question, leave a comment, or just say hi. I love to put a face with your name and know who's tuning in each and every week. All right, let's dive into today's show. So a few months back, I had a conversation with a potential client who, let's call Karen. That's not her real name, but I want to preserve her identity. So Karen is a very talented consultant, and our conversation really got me thinking. So I wanted to share it here because it's a conversation I've had many times with other business owners, and it always frustrates me the amount of misleading information that's out there about growing a thriving and profitable business online. Let me give you a bit of background on Karen before we dive into what happened. So Karen was referred to me by another client as Karen was in the midst of planning a big launch, her second big launch in the past 6 months at the time that I talked to her. So as we got to talking, Karen told me that her previous launch was a big old flop. She was really upset about it. She shared some pretty sobering numbers with me. Although it wasn't the full picture, the bottom line was that she spent way more money than she'd recouped in this launch. And Karen was hoping that the next launch she was doing would be the one that turned everything around. Her business really needed this next launch to succeed, to get back on track, to put her, get her out of credit card debt, like all sorts of stuff. Well, right there, I had to stop Karen and dive into all the details because I have to be honest with you. Here's what I told Karen. If your first launch flopped, just changing your Facebook ad person, it's not going to magically save your next launch, no matter how good I am. In fact, I don't think you should launch your offer as is yet. In other words, I'm not a miracle worker. To say that Karen was disappointed and a bit frustrated, really frazzled, is a bit of an understatement because here's the kicker. Karen had been told so many times that she had to invest big to make bank. She was ready to put it all on the line. She was ready to pull money out of a home equity loan and to pay me and to pay for a big amount of ad spend. But I said no, at least not with me. And no for this specific launch as it was. Because at that point, Karen was pretty peeved at me because in her mind, kind of putting it all on the line, gambling on this big launch with tons of Facebook ads was the only way that she was going to get traction and get her business back on track. But once we went through her numbers, I knew that ads were not the right next step for her business. Instead, we needed to take a step back and get her foundation in place. People hate it when I tell them this. I mean, as a business owner and an entrepreneur, you and we tend to be fast-moving people, right? We want to make decisions. We want to move ahead. We want to get stuff done. We want it done like yesterday or last week or last month, right? Once a decision's made, it's like, make it happen now. But the problem is that sometimes we, and yes, that means me too, sometimes we move too fast and we don't have the foundation to support our business growth, which can lead to lots of problems and holes in a marketing funnel and, spending a lot on ads and not making money back. Karen argued with me that she had all the tech in place. She'd invested big time in marketing funnel software, in hiring a copywriter for her sales page and her lead magnet. She'd hired a graphic designer to make all her pages and the pieces of her marketing funnel look good. Everything was connected. She technically was ready to go. She had a really robust marketing funnel, all the bells and whistles needed. And on the surface, everything that Karen put together looked like it would work, and it was slick, and she had all the reporting, and it was awesome, right? But as we dove into the numbers, it was really obvious that it did not convert at all. So when I told Karen we needed to get the foundation in place, she was hearing, and she thought that I meant she had to invest even more in technology, in writing, and in graphic design. And she was shocked by what I laid out instead. And I told her to be ready to run Facebook ads successfully and to have a big launch that goes well. There are 3 things that must be rock solid. Number 1, you must, absolutely, positively have to know your audience inside and out. You have to know what they struggle with. You have to know what their dreams are. You have to know what they want, why they'd even want to buy your offer. You have to know this. And if you don't, you can have the best looking and the best written opt-in pages and sales pages, and they won't convert. Number 2, you've got to have an offer that's tested, that's proven, and that people want to buy. And number 3, you've got to be prepared with a 360-degree content plan. Facebook ads and a marketing funnel are not going to do the job anymore. Things have changed, and they've changed drastically. Karen had none of these things, and I knew that even if she spent everything she had on Facebook ads, she wouldn't be any closer to her income goals than she was when we spoke. In fact, she'd just be further in the hole. You see, people selling the fancy marketing funnel software, the online marketing courses, peddling the Facebook ads are the key to everything, they lie. They're not telling you some of the really important caveats. Caveat number 1, it's really, really, really hard to sell to cold audiences, especially in the coaching, consulting, and online business space. Just in case you're not familiar with the terminology, a cold audience is an audience that's new to you. They don't really know you. They don't trust you. They don't really understand what results you can get for them. You're just like a stranger, right? So it takes a bit more to get their attention and to warm them up. But every single business on the planet needs to engage cold audiences to continue to grow. Otherwise, you're just talking to the same group of people all the time. So learning who you want to attract and what attracts them is vital to growing your business. And this goes way beyond some silly customer avatar worksheet. This is a lot deeper work. This is about the problems that they struggle with, the information they're looking for, when and how they come into contact with you, and more. Spending time attracting the right cold audience and warming them up makes selling your offer 100 times easier down the road. But it takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus that many people don't put in consistently enough, because a lot of so-called experts out there, they want to get you to, 4 steps past it. And that's the course or the information that they're selling you, but it's not going to work until you get this foundation in place. Caveat number 2, the cost of Facebook ads, especially ads targeting cold audiences, has gone up significantly in the last few years. Back in 2013, 2014, it was so easy to get leads for less than 50 cents, sometimes a lot less than 50 cents. Now I've got some clients in spending like $3.75 to maybe $5 for leads. And I've seen people come to me who are paying $20 for leads or more, but it takes more than just ads to get out there. So the days of, dropping $1,000 on Facebook ads and attracting 2,000 or more leads is long gone. It takes a much different approach than it did even just a couple years ago. As I broke this down for Karen, she began to realize that all the money she'd spent on her marketing funnel software, her writer, her graphic designer, her, technical integrator, all those things may have been spent a bit too early in the process, because she realized one big giant thing. She'd put the fancy packaging and wrapping ahead of the pieces that made the real difference. Like, she wrapped almost an empty package. So the things that make the real difference is, number one, a proven offer, and number two, a proven audience. Now, I didn't leave Karen hanging. Don't worry about that. We laid out a plan of attack to get her back on track without tapping into any of her home equity. I was like, please, for the love of all things, do not pull out your safety net. And I'm happy to say that her business is now on track for a totally different but tested and proven launch that's on track to more than make up for her previous launch that flopped. But it did take a little bit longer. Now, here's a quick rundown of what we did to get Karen's offer out the door without draining her money. Number one, we tested audiences. We tested different characteristics, different problems, different messages, different kinds of creative, different, different ways to connect with them, all sorts of different things. Once we got the audience right, the problem right, and the message right, we knew exactly how to move forward with the proven insights that we got from this. We spent right around $300 testing a bunch of different things so that we would understand what worked. And $300 was nothing compared to what she was planning on spending, which was a heck of a lot more than that. Number two, using the insights that we got from that testing, Karen created a simple yet really effective lead magnet. She created this in Google Docs and saved it as a PDF. It was simple. Her lead magnet spoke to a specific audience problem that we'd uncovered and worked like a charm when we got it going. Karen would never have come up with this on her own, ever. Karen created this simple lead magnet just, again, using Google Docs or Google Sheets, I can't remember which one, in less than 2 hours. It was really easy. Number three, we focused on testing her landing pages for the lead magnet opt-ins. When Karen had first come to me, her landing page was converting right around 12%, meaning that for every 100 people who visited her page, about 12 people would opt in. Now, this was for an old lead magnet that she was running before. But that also meant that she had to pay Facebook for a lot of people to click on her offer who weren't interested in opting in for her lead magnet. After testing and perfecting our message, we got her landing page conversion rate up to about 63% on a cold audience. This is an audience that doesn't know her. That meant for every 100 people who came to the page, 63 people would opt in. That's a much, much better rate than the 12 from before. And that meant she had to spend a heck of a lot less on Facebook ads to grow her audience. And then number four, we created a holistic content plan where ads were a piece of the pie, but not the whole pie. Karen committed to doing videos, to writing a few blog posts, and to doing some emails. She was doing some podcast episodes. She was doing some guest podcast episodes. She was doing, some stories and, just a few different things. All of these efforts worked together really, really well to speak to the audience that we knew that we wanted and that we needed to attract. And then number five, Karen also tested 4 mini offers. Now this is mini like little baby offers to get insights into what people wanted to buy. Mini offers are really, really key because they helped us find out if we were attracting the right kind of people. The good news is that even with these little baby offers, she was able to more than make back the $300 that we used to test her audiences. So she felt good knowing that people would at least buy something. Like, she was not out any money, not even the testing money. We did a bunch of other work behind the scenes too, but these 5 steps were the biggies. Armed with the insights and the mini offer testing, Karen put together a totally redesigned offer. We spent $750 to advertise this to a warmed up audience that Karen had been working on, and she was thrilled that her launch was not only profitable, but it was streamlined and it was simple and it was something that she could add on to in the future. It was, profitable right out of the gate, and she could see how it could grow. And bottom line, Karen did not need to go out and plaster Facebook land with ads. She didn't need to spend more money on fancier software. She really needed to find her audience, to test her message, and to find an offer that they really wanted. Once Karen is through with her current group of clients, we're going to gather together. We're going to come back together, her and I, and get even more insights before launching for her, before launching big for the next round, because this first round, she kind of wanted to keep it small so that she could really get her head around, okay, what is it really happening here, so that she could get deeper insights into who her audience is, because then she's going to be ready. By the time we launch big, not only will Karen have money from her current clients, but she'll also have all these insights, all these testimonials, stories, examples, and I don't know, this like intangible confidence that you get from knowing that people want this, that they get, a huge amount of benefit from it. There's this knowing that delivers this confidence that comes when you do it this way. And sometimes slowing down just a bit can really jump your business forward tremendously. It's all about creating that right foundation for profitable growth and being profitable while doing it. Like, you don't have to be broke while doing it. And I wanted to share this story with you in case you've ever felt like the thing holding you back was not having money for, to drop, 60, 80 grand on Facebook ads. Because honest to goodness, without the foundation, like what Karen had the guts and the tenacity to put in place and what she has now, if she had spent that money back when she first talked to me, she would have just thrown it away. I'm not even joking. And I want you to hear that and hear me as well, because without the foundation of an offer that converts, a system that converts, with people who have gone before and have given you good testimonials, you're probably just wasting your money. And, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever worked on creating a foundation for your profitable business growth? Have you ever done a mini offer? Have you, run Facebook ads and had a good or a bad experience? I'd love to hear from you. Hit me up on social media or email me, Michelle@MichelleLEvans.com. And as you were listening to this, did you think of someone who could use these insights about creating profit without worry in their own business? If you can think about somebody who could use this, would you do both of us a big favor and share this episode with them? It's super easy to do from whatever podcasting app you're listening on, or share the URL for today's show at profitwithoutworry.com/episode-118, and your friend can listen right there. Also, don't forget to download your freebie, 5 Steps to Profit Without Worry. You can get that at today's show notes or profitwithoutworry.com/free, so that you can see what it takes to create a movement with your own marketing. All right, have an amazing week, and I'll see you back here next week, same time, same place, on another great episode of Profit Without Worry. See you then.